Happy Flame Day, everybody. We're going to kick it off like we always do with the Blue Flame theme song, Contagious, by yours truly, Claretta Haddon Jackson, on Blue Flame Moments Radio Show.
Radio show with Claretta Haddon Jackson.
Hey mama, Claretta's on the radio. Here's Lisa Noel Smith, the great big guy.
What's up, everybody? This is Jason Champion, and you are rocking with my girl, the Blue Flame. If you didn't know, now you know, and you better not change the channel.
here on the Blue Flame Moments radio show with Claretta Haddon Jackson.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. That was Lisa Noel Smith with Great Big God. And it's time for the Indie Spotlight.
Hey, this is Trinity Williams from the Williams Girls from Columbus, Georgia, and I'm excited to share our music with you. You can learn more about us on Facebook, The Williams Girls with a Z. Next up is our song called Rising Up to You, so keep it locked right here on Blue Flame Moments radio show with Claretta Haddon Jackson.
The presence of the Lord is here today, rising at the glory of your name. So here I am, Lord, rising up to you. When I said no, you said yes. There's nobody else that I can get. So here I am, Lord, rising up to you. Oh, here I am, Lord, rising up to you. Here I am.
Cole in Chicago, and you are locked in to the Blue Flame Moments with Claretta Haddon Jackson.
Blue Flame Moments radio show.
Your weekly source for inspiration.
With Claretta Haddon Jackson.
And it's time to release the word of the day. Today's word is integrity. Titus 2:7 says, in all things showing thyself a pattern of good works in doctrine, showing uncorruptness, gravity, and sincerity. Hey, you guys, here it is. With power comes access to so many options, opportunities, and things, and it's not easy to keep your hands clean. So keep in mind that someone is watching you, not to judge you, but to learn from you or to be like you. Those that aspire to be like you are dependent on you to be the example that is worth being duplicated. So let your legacy be pure and patterned of good works, because it's going to live on after you, long after you're gone. And you can take that word to the bank. My guest today is working diligently in building legacy in so many ways. So why don't you help me welcome Mr. Dennis Cole. What's up, Mr. Cole?
Hey, Claretta, how are you? Thanks for having me.
I'm excited to have you. I just want to say personally, before we get started, thank you for what you do for gospel radio and entertainers and artists. You're a blessing to so many. So I'm excited to have you on Blue Flame Moments radio show. How about that?
Thank you. It's a pleasure and an honor
awesome.
Being here.
Yes, sir. So, Mr. Cole, I have to ask, because our listeners always want to know what it is or what it was that set you on your path to your destiny and who you are today.
Well, what set me on my path, I think, would be my pastor, the legendary Dr. Charles G. Hayes. I worked with him for 40 years, and just sitting under him, listening to the stories of old in gospel, just led me out here. And then a friend of mine drugged me to the Gospel Music Workshop of America. And from that point on, I didn't leave, but I started Gospel Announcers Guild here in Chicago. Then later, fast forwarding, our national chairman, Al Hobbs, went on to be with the Lord, and the board of directors asked me to assume that position of the national president of the Gospel Announcers Guild. So I've been in it to win it.
Wow.
And I do a little work at the Stellar Awards. I'm over the Stellar Academy. And here in Chicago, I have my own organization, Gospel Music According to Chicago, 200 Voice Choir, and we simply sing the old and the new Chicago artist songs.
Wow.
So I'm kind of busy.
Yes. Now, let me tell you, with all those hats you wear, you talk about the Gospel Announcers Guild of Chicago, you talked about the Stellar Awards, you talked about the Gospel Music Workshop of America, and now the Gospel Music According to Chicago. Listen, you got so many hats. I don't know what it is that you do to balance out your life. Are you okay over there? What's going on?
I'm okay, but you know what it takes? It takes a great team working with you. If you have a great team, it makes it easier.
Wow. You know, that's
a lot of personalities that you're dealing with, but a great team will make it work.
And that's what I was going to ask you. You know, when you're dealing with so many people, personalities, people can be a little imbalanced. So has to be some type of formula you have to keeping your balance. So I'm going to ask you, can you share with us, what do you really do? I know that you have a team, but how do you keep your own personal balance?
Well, you keep your own personal balance by setting priorities, and then I learned this from Donald Lawrence a long time ago. When you feel it coming on, pull yourself away and get away. You got to, every now and then, take some time out for me. And I'm just a workaholic. I can be sitting around on the holidays. Oh, God, what is there to do? I will find something to do on the computer. If an idea comes in, I'll write it down. But I just find some me time, and I just love what I do.
Oh, wow. Hey, guys, I hope y'all heard and you're paying attention. You better get around to figuring out how to spend some time with you. Your me time is important, being balanced, and having a good team.
Right. And, you know, it's so interesting that the word for the day was integrity, because anybody that knows me in any of my groups will tell you that my two words that you have to live with is integrity and relationships.
Come on now. I love it.
Can't do it without them.
Ooh, I'm telling you, if you're just tuning in, I'm chatting with the great Mr. Dennis Cole, and you're hanging out with me, Claretta Haddon Jackson, on Blue Flame Moments radio show, and we're having a great time learning about Mr. Cole and where it all started for him. And I want to talk a little bit more about this Gospel Music According to Chicago, because I know there has to be some music coming out of that.
Yeah, well, we do have 2 CDs out already. They're traditional music. We just didn't work them like we should have. I really didn't get into it, but we do have a couple of CDs out, and it's a wonderful group. We started it to honor the living legends here in Chicago: Albertina Walker, Dr. Clay Evans, Dr. Hayes, Mayfield Woods. And from that, we formed the 300 Voice Choir just to do that.
Wow.
We had it. It was wonderful. And the choir members kept saying, Dennis, can we do something else? So people started inviting us. And I'm like, oh, I can't take on anything else. So we started rehearsing once a month. And here we are 10 years later.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, we appreciate you for taking time out of your busy schedule to hang out with us here on Blue Flame Moments. Now, you have so much going on, and you're a part of so many organizations. So I want to make sure there's not anything coming up that we need to talk about, share, and make sure people are a part of. I can't even ask you which one, because you got to tell me. I don't even know.
Well, we have the Gospel Music Workshop of America that's coming up July 28th through August 2nd in Washington, D.C. Invite everybody to meet us in Washington, D.C., July 28th. And then, of course, in March next year will be the 35th year anniversary of the Stellar Awards.
Wow.
Can't tell you where just yet, but just be on the lookout for it.
So for now, just make sure you make your way to Washington, D.C. in July. And in March, or get your mind ready, start saving your money, and working on going to the Stellar Awards in 2020. Man, 2020, I'm a little nervous. I don't know. What's God going to do in 2020?
Keep on blessing.
Yes, sir. I believe it. So I can't let you go without dropping some destiny wisdom for some of our listeners who are creatives, who are in music, who are in business, entrepreneurs. What can you give them? A nugget. Give them something to hold on to push, to aspire to.
What helps me a lot is whatever God gives you and you know He has given it to you, hold on to that. Don't let nobody disturb your vision and your dreams. If God has given it to you and you know you have that other word, relationship with God, that's the key.
Yes, sir.
Have that relationship with God and stay with Him.
Yes, sir. All right, guys, you heard it from Mr. Cole himself. Keep it together. Keep your relationship. Have the right mindset and move forward because God is with you. If you have the relationship, He's with you and He's not going to let you fail. So all you have to do is just keep pushing, keep striving, keep going, and everything is going to work out in your favor. Mr. Cole, don't leave without letting us know how people can connect with you, whether it's a website or social media.
They can do at Dennis Earl Cole, and they can reach me at dcole@ccptv.com. dcole@ccptv.com. That stands for Central City Productions Television.
All right. You heard it from the man himself. You better go ahead and follow him. He said it. The key word is relationship. So if I were you, I'd be trying to figure out how I build a relationship with Mr. Cole. I don't know about you, but I already started. Hello. Somebody get yourself together. Oh, my God.
Claretta, thank you so much for what you do with Blue Flame Moments and for the inspiration, motivation, and aspirations that you give us daily throughout this country. Thank you so much. And I'm just glad to be your friend.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. So here it is at Mr. Cole's request. Jacqueline Carr, You Will Win. Thank you, Mr.
Will.
Thank you, Mr.
The enemy came up against your name. The enemy came up against your character. You will win. Win. You will win. The enemy came up against your health. The enemy came up against your finances. The enemy came up against your vision. The enemy came up against your business. You will win. Oh, you will win. Yes, you will.
This commercial break.
Welcome to eMediaGC.com. Get your message instantly to thousands via email, cell phones, and social networking sites with Electronic Media Gulf Coast. eMediaGC.com is one of the most powerful marketing tools available to businesses of all types and all sizes. You can achieve outstanding results with eMediaGC.com while investing only a small amount of time and an even smaller amount of money. eMediaGC.com.
I want you to continue believing in miracles, so here's the top pick of the week. J.J. Harrison and Youthful Praise featuring Rich Tolbert, Miracle Worker.
Lift your worship all over this room.
The God of miracles, signs and wonders. We believe in your power. We believe in your power. You're the God of miracles, signs and wonders. We believe in your power. Lord, we believe in your power. You're the God of signs and wonders. We believe in your power. We believe in your power. You're the God of miracles, signs and wonders. And we believe in your power. We believe in your power. Supernatural, wonder working. You've got you're a miracle worker. Come on, somebody open up your mouth and declare that tonight. You're a miracle worker. Come on, anybody believe that in this place? Sing, you're a miracle worker. You are omnipotent, Jesus. Sing, you're a miracle worker. You're the signs and we believe. We believe in your power. You're the God of miracles, signs and we believe in your power. We believe in your power. Supernatural, wonder working. You've got the power. Somebody give a praise in here. You're a miracle worker. You can do the impossible. You're able to heal. You're able to heal. You're able to save. You're able to deliver. You are God. We believe. We believe in your power. I still believe. We believe in your power, God. I still believe, Lord. You are God. You're a miracle worker. And you part red seas. You heal the sick. You heal the sick. And you raise the dead. You're a miracle worker. Somebody declare it over your life. That God is. He's a miracle worker. You're the God of miracles, signs and wonders. You're the God of miracles, signs and wonders. I still believe. I still believe. I still believe. You're a miracle worker. I still believe in miracles. I don't care what the doctor says. God is able.
I want you to stay strong, so here's Micah the Voice Lee with Don't Break.
You've been searching for a testimony from your test. The race is near the end, but you've run out of breath. You're exhausted from your struggles, you've got nothing left. Yeah. Well, I came here to give you some encouragement. Yeah. You feel like you're about to give up. About to give up. That's the moment he's about to show up. Oh, when you think you can't go on anymore. When you think you can't go on. Just hold on, 'cause he's about to restore. Say don't break before your breakthrough. It don't matter what you're going through. God's gonna come through for you if you just hold on. So don't break thought I'd never walk again. My heart was so
Hey there, it's Claretta Haddon Jackson, your Destiny Coach, and I want to invite you to spend some time with me January 10th through the 13th, 2020 for the Tune Doctor Academy's first annual Cruise and Conversations. Let's cruise to the Bahamas and have some much-needed conversations between you, myself, and my friends who can enlighten, inspire, and equip you for your life's journey to purpose. So go to my website, thetunedoctoracademy.com for more information. It's important for me to keep you updated on the news, so here it is.
Hi, Claretta Haddon Jackson. This is Bobby Parker, and it's now time for Gospel News. Always letting you know the happenings inside the gospel world today. Hey, summertime is here. There's a lot of outdoor activities going on, like the Rejoice Musical Soul Food Festival taking place June 21st through the 22nd in Chesapeake, Virginia, with special guests Fred Hammond, Kurt Carr, and many others. Don't miss that big event. Also happening June 21st and 22nd in Orlando, Florida, is the You Will Win Conference with special guests Corinne Harthorne, Ty Tribbett, Tim Bowman, J.J. Harrison, Bishop Paul S. Morton, Ricky Smiley, Miranda Curtis, and many others. And your host is national recording artist Jacqueline Carr. Congratulations to Jacqueline. She'll be honored at her You Will Win Conference in Orlando, Florida, and we wish her the best. Also, best wishes going out to national recording artist and pastor Bishop Marvin Sapp. He just announced that he is retiring as senior pastor of the Lighthouse Full Life Center Church in Grand Rapids, Michigan, to assume the role of senior pastor at the Chosen Vessel Cathedral in Fort Worth, Texas. He'll be taking over the church in September. Hey, that's going to do it for Gospel News. I'm Bobby Parker. Now back to my sis, Claretta Haddon Jackson, on the Blue Flame Moments radio show.
Thank you, Bobby, for keeping us updated on the gospel news. Well, my loves, it's that time again. This show was brought to you by our sponsors, Next Dimension University, who is stumping out biblical illiteracy globally, and the Tune Doctor Academy, where creatives can be empowered online 24/7. This is your Destiny Coach, Claretta Haddon Jackson, reminding you that there's greatness on the inside of you. I'm here to help you take your flame from red to blue, because that's what God has chosen me to do. Don't you ever forget it. You have the ability to shine bright and win.